From Los Angeles, TraderInsight.com presents Dr. Adrian Manz in the war room and at the helm with today's look at stocks and sectors on the radar.
For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manz, and this is Stocks and Sectors on the Radar for Tuesday, April 28th, 2009. On Monday, Dow Jones Industrials down 51.25 to close at 8,025. We had 974 stocks advance, 2,078 decline, and NYSE total volume at 1.4 billion shares. Seems that the swine flu was as good a reason as any for people to take some profits. The reality is we are currently trading in the Dow box once again. This is almost a perfect parallel for the range that was established back in January. This is where we've been projecting price would go and would ultimately stall out on a rise, and that is in fact what happened. In the rest of the indices, we saw similar price action today. We saw the S&P 500 down about 1%, down 872 to close at 857.51. NASDAQ 100 down 334 to close at 1369.94. And the NASDAQ Composite down 1488 to close at 1679.41. We'll have a look at Monday's trades in a second, but first I want to let everyone know that on Tuesday I will be doing a 1-hour free webinar at TraderInsight.com. Everyone is welcome. Just go to the Trader Insight homepage, click on events, and you'll get the registration form. So again, it's free. Going to talk about my style of trading, talk some about how it is that I select these setups that we talk about every night here, as well as the stuff on the intraday trading plan. Also, while you're there, if you live in Southern California or you plan on being in Southern California in June 3rd through the 6th, I will be speaking at the Los Angeles Traders Expo. And once again, my presentation there is sponsored by the Expo, so that's free as well. All you have to do is click on this Traders Expo button, and it'll get you over to the free registration for that event. But on Tuesday, this thing goes out over the internet. It'll be 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern Time, and usually they're good events. We get some pretty good questions from people we haven't heard from before, so hopefully you'll take the time, register for it, and come along. And if not, you can always view the archive later. So if you can't actually attend the event, you will have access to the recorded event just by registering. We had a lot to juggle in Monday's trading. We had 5 on the intraday trading plan, 1 on the stocks to watch list, and of course 6 stocks on the radar. The first of these that generated an entry was Delphi Financial Group Incorporated, ticker symbol DFG. This was a line drive setup from Friday's trading. We see that the stock triggered right around 10:30 and immediately gave us a pretty nice support and resistance line to use as a stop. Unfortunately, turned around and stopped us right back out again. Good thing about it is that the entry price basically made for a very good stop loss as well. Also, pretty reasonable stop down a little bit lower at 2045, but this 2060 reversal really did break a pretty significant support and resistance level, at least on a 5-minute chart first thing in the morning. That was all she wrote on DFG. Now let's take a look at the next one that triggered, which was Eastman. Intraday 5-minute chart on EMN here. We see that we were triggered into the position, and of course it gets up to $40.75, just shy of the 50% to target range, before turning around and ultimately stopping us out on a violation of the support line right around 40.25. Meredith Corp, this was a fastball expansion of range, expansion of volume. Ticker symbol was MDP. Of course, we had a 21.50 entry, a 21.82 target. Look where this thing closed, $21.89. That's pretty close to our profit target. Intraday, not too much to talk about. Let's take a quick look at the 5-minute chart, though. We see that once we were triggered, it was pretty much a straight shot to the profit target, and just beyond at the first resistance, which unfortunately turned it around and got us to take a profit. When the stock then was able to resume, it moved all the way up to 22.10 before bobbling back down and around this first resistance line. Finally, we had Parker Hannifin, ticker symbol PH. This was an infield fly setup. We had a 43.45 entry with a 43.08 target. Of course, the stock did hit that target. It did make it down there. Ultimately, if you manage to get this trade, you have more patience than I do, however, because there was a lot of very noisy trading around the open. This got you in, got you 50% to the target several times, getting you back out each time for break even. It was really not until much later in the day that the stock did what we expected it to do, and by that time I was pretty sick of watching it, quite frankly. So no cigar there, but it did make it to the target that we discussed over the weekend, and ultimately it was just some choppy trading that prevented us from being able to profit on it. Remind you one more time to join us at the webinar Tuesday, April 28th. That is the current trading session. Just head on over to traderinsight.com, click on register, and you will receive a link that will get you into the event, and also a link that will allow you to view the archive. As far as what's on deck, I've got 4. I've got 3 that are consumers, 1 that is in finance. First one I've got is a consumer. It's Alberto Culver, ticker symbol ACV. This is a fastball, expansion of range, expansion of volume, trade below $20.80 a share. Gonna have me looking for a move down to $20.57. These are gonna be pretty tight trades for Tuesday. Next, I've got a doubleheader set up in Americredit Corp. This is ticker symbol ACF. If I see trade below $9.40 a share, I'm going to look for a quick scalp move down to $9.23. In healthcare, ticker symbol is HAE. This is Haemonetics. If I see trade below $49.80 a share, I'm going to look for a very fast move down to $49.57. And finally, in consumer durables, I've got Whirlpool Corporation. This is ticker symbol WHR. This one has the potential to be a big move. If we see an infield fly continuation move lower, this would be on trade below, say, $42.90. Probably is going to be what I'm interested in on an entry. I will be targeting a big move down to about $41.65. I'll take anything I can get in between there if it reverses on a pivot or something, but this one really has the potential to move lower on broader market weakness. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. Use protective stops on every trade, and have a great trading day on Tuesday.